Dunk City. We Are FGCU is sponsored by the law firm of Goldstein Buckley, Seckman Rice & Pertz, personal injury attorneys and neighbors since 1962. Justice starts now. Jason's Deli, with 5 locations in Southwest Florida, offers catering and delivery for both lunch and dinner. Online at jasonsdeli.com. Gulf Coast Coin and Jewelry, buying, selling, auctioning, and appraising. Estate jewelry, rare coins, and all collectibles since 1975. Becker and Polyakoff, providing legal counsel to clients in Southwest Florida for more than 25 years. Orthopedic Center of Florida, Doctors Farmer, Mahalik, Collins, Bellis, Eisenfeld, Gross, Trathan, and Levitt are dedicated to keeping people active. And by Shula's Steakhouse, themed after the 1972 Miami Dolphins' perfect season. Shula's, America's Steakhouse, still undefeated, located in the Hilton Naples.
If you had to pick a defining moment for us and the program and where this thing's completely reached a new level, it was that dunk.
Comer, up and down! He drops the end zone! Feelers brought him out of their seat!
Dunk heard around the world, they were calling it.
Brett Comer, welcome to your Kodak moment, my friend.
That play epitomized our program. Carefree, go have fun. That was the moment where things changed.
I know a few people who have been at FGCU since the very beginning, and these are grown men who were reduced to tears by what this basketball team did.
Can you believe this story? Florida Gulf Coast, a 15 seed. I guess we should have.
We did a little bit better than everybody thought we would.
In the fall of 2012, there was only moderate interest and confidence in the FGCU Eagles men's basketball team. Understandable, considering just 17 years earlier, there was no such team. This campus was mostly swampland, and the university itself, only a vision.
I was at FGCU when they broke ground on the university 16 years ago, and I never dreamed they would get to that point.
We have seen that campus literally rise before our eyes.
As FGCU emerged from the marsh, so did a dream of basketball success.
You come here to make history. FGCU doesn't have a history yet.
The big question, where the hell is Florida Gulf Coast University? Because most people never heard of it.
Where in the hell is Florida Gulf Coast at?
So often you go on the road and it's a combination. Okay, what does FGC stand for? Now you tell them. Okay, where's it located? Now you tell them where's Fort Myers. They can't, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers. They have a kind of Fort Pierce. They don't really know which Fort.
Florida Gulf Coast, Fort Myers. Where is that?
And I'd be on the phone 15 minutes. They'd say, "Hey, coach, I'm not going to junior college," and I'd have to explain, "No, we're a Division I university."
Not only did anybody not know who they were before this, nobody knew where they were.
When you have to start your whole recruiting process of explaining who you are, that's kind of hard.
FGCU did not have a winning season in their first 4 years of Division I, with the same coach that led them to many 20-win seasons in Division II. It's a very big jump.
When we talked with Andy, we knew we had someone very special. We appreciated his values. They seemed to resonate with the core values of FGCU, and we just liked his manner. He seemed to be very easy, very committed, very genuine.
He has a quiet confidence about him that he exudes. It's not cocky, and he makes everyone around him just as, if not more, confident.
By the beginning of the 2012-2013 season, the program hosted a cast of dubious contenders. They had chips on their shoulders and something to prove.
There wasn't a whole lot of talk about Florida Gulf Coast. Nobody knew about them.
I knew they were Division I. Whether or not they were any good or not, I had no idea. I think most people had no idea.
People really take us for granted just because we're a small school, but we have athletes, we have shooters, we have scorers. We're just as good as any high major D1 school.
None of them got recruited by the big schools. I mean, Sherwood Brown, FGCU's best player, was a walk-on at FGCU.
Deep down, we all knew that we had the talent to compete with anybody and beat anyone. We just had to all believe in ourselves.
Eddie Murray, local product, scored 11 points his sophomore year. For the year, Andy easily could have cut him.
Andy Enfield prides himself on being a guy who is a coach, but also develops talent.
How many dribbles that? 4.
These guys were vastly improved basketball players on the court.
Our players have made unbelievable growth and improvement in the last 2 years. In fact, a couple of them are the most improved players I've seen in a long time.
You knew this was the best team they ever had, and you knew their A game was really good. You just didn't know how many times you were going to see it.
Nobody expected us to win, so, you know, you wanted to show all the doubters, like, yeah, FGCU's here, like, we're a force to be reckoned with.
Florida Gulf Coast is going to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 88-75 win over Mercer.
It wasn't until the win over Mercer that people around here started to say, oh, well, hey, we've got somebody in the tournament.
Welcome everyone to Philadelphia, the second round of the NCAA tournament with a 2-15 matchup as the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles take on Georgetown, with the winner playing either Oklahoma or San Diego State.
No one knew who we were. The TV even had it as Florida FLGC, not even FGCU.
But when we went into the Georgetown game, everyone expected us to put up a fight but lose by 20 or 25.
I said, you know, there's only been 6 teams, I believe, that were a 15 seed that have ever won a game. And so we were like, oh, well, it's possible.
I mean, I think we were confident from the day we got the matchup with them. We know that they're a team that gets upset a lot.
Realized that we were about the same size, that they didn't have as big of a size advantage as we thought they would, really gave us a lot more confidence.
I mean, I knew by the way they was looking at us, they was a little bit timid, even though they was probably saying a couple of words under their breath. Like they was like, we about to smack these no-name school, there's this FGU, whatever.
We arranged a world-renowned philosopher to give you a motivational speech. He has sayings like, we started at the bottom, and now we're at the top. Mr. Sherwood Brown, let's talk.
At the beginning of the Georgetown game, Coach Enfield asked me to say a couple words. Totally caught me off guard, so everything I said was strictly off the top of my head.
We earned the right to be here. Nobody gave it to us. And the referee's not going to give it to us. Ain't nobody going to give it to us now. So we got to go out there and take it. Feel me? Now, if you with me, everybody stand up.
There was a lot of confidence in the room. You know, I didn't really expect it. I'm a fifth-year senior leader on the team, and I've never been to an NCAA tournament. Nobody in the room has been to an NCAA tournament. It was a strange phenomenon that we were pretty confident in there. People weren't too nervous. I think that everyone was ready to come out and play, and we did.
The Florida Gulf Coast Eagles in their tournament debut, and away we go from Philadelphia.
We thought we had a chance. We knew we had to keep the game close throughout first and second half.
It's these shots you have to make. Bernard Thompson with a 3. He brings Florida Gulf Coast to within 1.
We talked about the Eagles wanting to run. Well, they're starting to fly here in transition. Bernard Thompson with the 3 to cut the deficit to 1. You got a ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
We started rolling, and they saw how hard we were playing, and they saw that we had a chance to beat Georgetown. All 22,000 people were all FGCU fans at that point.
It was actually crazy, getting the whole crowd behind us like that. Obviously, we tried to do that, as you can tell with Sherwood blowing kisses to the crowd and flexing for him, and Christoph doing his little bird dance.
Early in the second half, we came out, went on a big run that pushed our lead, and then they couldn't think of anything to stop us.
I'll never forget the look on the Georgetown players' faces when the little engine that could was sticking it to them the way they did. That 21-2 run, and they looked around, and they had played the best teams in the country all year, and they had no answers, and they had no idea what had hit them.
The coach's wife is happy, and disbelief by the Hoyas.
Oh, now they're starting to celebrate. Now you're starting to see the smiles.
When that clock hit 0, and we knew that we won the first round of the NCAA tournament, you can't even describe it. It was people just running around like chickens with their head cut off.
It was amazing. We was in there just having fun, laughing, hugging each other. It was an emotional win because it was the first win of the tournament and first big win for our school.
We got a game on Sunday, and we're going to go to Sweet 16.
When he looked at those guys after they beat Georgetown and simply said, we got a game on Sunday and we're going to beat them to go to the Sweet 16. They all said, yep, even though no one in their shoes had ever done it. They went, okay, see you on Sunday.
The San Diego State game was very similar to the Georgetown game because they were very close during the first half. And then there must have been a great halftime speech because the Eagles, they went on a 17-0 run in the second half and basically took control of that game.
Looks like Cinderella is going to dance for yet another night in the NCAA tournament.
When people ask you where FGCU is, just tell them Dunk City, Florida.
We're officially on the map. We're now Dunk City.
Dunk City. I don't even know how else to describe it.
Not until, that first win over Georgetown did I hear the term Dunk City. I don't know where it came from.
Somewhere during that 21-2 run, Dunk City, I think, was born.
Originally, I thought, and I might be wrong, I thought it came out of the video.
I think it was somebody from Sports Center that called it Dunk City, or somebody outside of us.
I don't know this for sure, but I thought a member of the local media dubbed it Dunk City.
We dunk, that's all we really do, so about time somebody made up a name or something for it.
Once they coined the university Dunk City, Fort Myers became significant and relevant.
That's our nickname, Dunk City.
It's a great name. I think it fits perfectly, and when I came home off the airplane and saw the billboards around town, I just had a huge smile on my face for days.
I think that moniker is just something that's going to stick to FGCU and all of Southwest Florida.
They make t-shirts about it now, video clips, people create songs for that.
Eagles throwing alleys, now your whole team's really scared. Eagles throwing alleys in the air.
Anything inspiring needs an anthem. Your favorite superhero, your favorite whatever, movie star. There's always an anthem to them walking in or whatever. And so I think that song really represented an anthem for, Dunk City. Like, this is who we are.
Hey, Dunk City, Dunk City, what? Dunk City, Dunk City, what? Dunk City, Dunk City, what? Dunk City, Dunk City, what?
The rap video was huge, immediately huge. In fact, we posted it right on the front page of our website.
They went viral.
A lot of people asked me, did I know it was going to be viral? And I would say, I really did. I anticipated it because it's all about timing. I knew it was all about the timing and the momentum behind something.
With their electrifying style of play, the Eagles' run was looking more like a runaway train, and new fans from the neighborhood and around the nation were jumping on board.
Everybody just adopted them as their team.
Never before did I have so much pride in my school. I mean, I've always loved FGCU and I've always loved the Fort Myers community, but I feel like at that moment, I felt like the whole world was finally together and with us and just rooting for us.
Not only were they winning and they were, the underdog, they were having a good time and people wanted to be part of that.
Florida Gulf Coast University. All my Eagles stand up. We made the Sweet 16, baby. We here now. Yeah, hey. Shock the world, now they believe us. Other teams can try, but they can't fly like them.
Between Philadelphia and Dallas, it was like Rockstar City around here.
We about to take off, so clear out. We shock the world, now they believe us. Other teams can try, but they can't fly like them Eagles. FGCU, yeah, we here now. And we about to take off, so clear out.
I'm a basketball freak. I love basketball, but I don't like all basketball. I love Eagle basketball.
FGCU, yeah, we here now.
When we were playing in Philadelphia, even though you weren't there, we could hear you. And I know we're going to need to hear you from Dallas, Texas on Friday night. Well, this is a celebration. This is a celebration.
Coach calling plays. We about to make a run. And we just getting started, y'all.
Eagle Nation! Eagle Nation!
I mean, I feel really ecstatic right now. Like, as you can see, there's a lot of fans here. Who would not love to see their fans out here and ask you for the autograph?
So we're out here, just having a lot of fun, and I mean, just really enjoying the experience.
I was shocked when I walked through the doors about a half hour ago. I didn't expect 4,000 people here.
This wasn't your typical underdog story. It was a team that it was going to go out there and not just win, but it was going to win in style, and they did.
Was there any other team during the NCAA tournament during that 2-week run that was having more fun than FGCU?
Oh, look who we have here, Eddie Murray. Eddie Murray.
Come on.
Eddie Murray. So, what is your first thoughts walking out on the stage?
Well, that's a really big TV.
What would you like to do with that?
Put it in my living room?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The way they played, the fun they had, that became the phenomenon. Also, Dunk City, dunking.
We dunked the ball a lot as a team. Guys like Chase and Eric and Bernard and Sherwood, we get a lot of dunks. But I guess in the NCAA tournament, a lot of guys haven't seen that before, and especially with our style of play.
I had staff telling me, okay, I'm watching the next game matchup so I can scout them. And these are people who never watched basketball before. FGCU is turning me into a basketball fan.
We're making them out to be a Cinderella. I mean, it's a Cinderella with swagger. We watch them, they're wagging their tongues, they're throwing down.
Everyone loved it because they connected with it. Like, they want this small school to dunk on, these big schools because, truthfully and subconsciously, we want to do that in our life. We want to overcome, and we do overcome, but we love those things because that's what we really want in our lives, The
Cinderella school, the little tiny school, the school from the place you've never heard of to make it really gave our area an unbelievable amount of exposure. People were starting to say, where is FGCU? Where is Fort Myers?
Everybody at all points of this country just wanted to touch this story.
Whether it was the high-flying dunks, whether it was the underdog story, whether it was the family atmosphere, everybody had a reason to grasp onto this story.
We were having people come from ESPN, CNN, MSNBC, I mean, anything you could think of, they were coming in wanting to talk to us, and we're like, we're just FGCU, kind of, we're not used to it yet.
We wanted the attention. It was important for us to do as many things as we could without wearing out the coach and the players, because we wanted people to know what FGCU was. That was our mission.
Salva Edison said 90 million people are going to discover Fort Myers, and I think he missed the mark a little bit. I think it's going to be more than 90 million people.
Long run, the impact will probably be that a whole group of people, maybe millions of people, will have been exposed to the name Fort Myers that never were before.
I think everybody's going to know where Florida Gulf Coast is from now.
When anybody did a story across the country about Dunk City, you got to see how pretty it is here. So I think that was a great draw.
It blew up really fast, and it's something that as soon as we knew our story would get out, that people were going to fall in love with our school. We have a beach on campus. We're in Southwest Florida, beautiful weather.
The amount of attention we got was just something you can't pay for. And I think Coach put it best at one point during the run. The only thing that knocked us off the front page was the Pope.
The coverage that the Today Show gave to the university over several days was unbelievable. That was priceless.
This is Florida Gulf Coast University, FGCU, tonight.
An audience of millions and millions of viewers, about $2.5 million of exposure just from that Today Show broadcast for our community. I mean, again, we can't buy that. That's a budget that well exceeds our ability to market this destination.
You can get free publicity, whether it's in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, and Sports Illustrated, all these different publications that we're getting it. If we had to pay for advertising for that, how much would it cost us? And it would be a lot, and in turn, we're enjoying getting it for free.
The number of hits that we're getting on the website, clearly people are coming in to find out more about us.
The athletics website went from getting 15,000 hits to 560,000 hits. The admissions department website went 690% increase. Previously, teams that have made the Sweet 16 see roughly about a 4% increase in applications. I think given what is on Florida Gulf Coast's website and the pictures going around of what their new campus looks like, I think they might get a little bit bigger boost if they want.
We think next year we will see a significant uptick in the number of applications.
My question is, can they make enough T-shirts fast enough? I don't know if a lot of merchandise makers and licensees had Florida Gulf Coast ready to go on those T-shirts.
Thousands upon thousands of shirts were delivered in a period of a week to a week and a half, and those shirts flew off the rack as fast as they could put them on the rack.
3,
In the bookstore that week, during that Sweet 16 run, I guess I would refer to it as organized chaos.
I'm super excited that we're going to Sweet 16.
And we want our shirts by Friday night for the game.
Yeah, well, pretty much.
A year ago, we had, I think, $25,000 in apparels at the bookstore. This year, we had over $500,000.
I came a couple hours before class and might be late for class.
People who came down here for spring training or Easter or what have you, I mean, they were instructed by family members, do not come back home without FGCU or Dunk City gear.
It was the same kind of pride that you see with the Gators and the Seminoles and the Hurricanes. People were talking about the Eagles in the same respect.
This was the hometown team, and everybody rooted for them. And that's really saying something here.
With the exception of Hurricane Charlie, I had never seen all of us in Charlotte, Lee, and Collier counties come together before for anything.
For the first time, Dunk City gave this area a common bond. It gave this area an identity. And it wasn't just about sports. It was about a reason to give this area recognition that everybody could latch on to. And it did that.
No, you're good, you're good. We'll put these on, man. You're fine.
That's how you know you made it. You got a bubble head.
Oozing confidence, the Eagles landed, along with their fans, in Arlington, Texas, to play in the Sweet 16.
North Texas!
We have arrived! You know you belong here, and you know you can win.
No matter what, at the end of the night, win or lose, you know, this community is going to have a pride for our school that, you know, they've never had before. And for that, that just means the world.
In my opinion, we should win this game tonight. Let's go. Let's go.
It was magnificent, the way that we were all connecting. It seemed like everything was going our way for those first, like 4 or 5 minutes of the game.
A tip of the hat to the kids at Florida Gulf Coast University, beating Georgetown and San Diego State, showing that the Davids can't compete with the Goliaths. But the bottom line is, defensively, Florida was just too good.
Florida played better than us tonight. They deserve to win the game. You guys made history in the Sweet 16. And you'll be remembered for many, many years. I am so proud of you guys. It's been an unbelievable ride. So let's keep your heads up, please, and be very proud of what you've accomplished.
Everyone had an vision of winning the national championship, you know, things like that. So we knew it was over, but, you know, I think at that moment people were upset. But, you know, if you take a step back and, you know, a day went by or so, you know, really start to look at what we've done for ourselves, for our school, our community. I think people, you know, really realized we've done something great here. We've made history. Everyone was, you know, telling us, you know, keep your heads up. We're still proud of you guys.
I'm proud of everyone. I'm proud of the whole team, proud of the coaches, proud of myself. And at the end of the day, we did make history. But too bad we didn't get at least one more win.
They shouldn't just be proud for how they played on the floor. They should be proud for how well they represented themselves to the country, how much fun they were having, for how gracious they were in victory, how gracious they were in defeat. And they should be proud that they gave this area something to hold on to and gave this area an identity. They will always be a part of Southwest Florida.
True that only time will tell the future course of Eagle basketball. But one thing is for certain. The 2013 Eagles made history. They put FGCU basketball, their university, and their community on the map. And that will forever be their legacy.
They ain't even know where Fort Myers was at. Now Dunk City on the map. Let's go. Dunk City, Dunk City, Dunk City. Dunk City, Dunk City, Dunk City. Where we at? Where we at? Represent Dunk City. We are FGCU Dunk City. We on the map, we on the map. Represent Dunk City. We are FGCU Dunk City. Dunk City, call my town. Pass the live, throw it down. Cold murder McKnight, how that sound? On Sherwood Brown, y'all better look out now. We in the Sweet 16. And you can pinch yourself, but it ain't no dream. The dirty birds here pray for your team. FGCU shaking up the scene. We finna shock the world.
Yeah, we know. If they wanna tell them, bring it to a legal. Now we make it look easy, too easy, like a free throw. We going ham, huh? Try to take the charge and get yammed on. It was like FGC, now they already know it's FGCU.
FGCU. Let me hear you say FGCU. Everybody say.
They're the first university in history as a 15 seed to make it to the Sweet 16, and they will forever enjoy that.
We did a little bit better than everybody thought we would.
It's just been a great ride for us, and as I've said to others, we've just started.
Everybody became more proud, you know, to be a FGCU Eagle.
To see myself go out like this, me and Sherwood as seniors, going to the Sweet 16, you know, doing something great for this community, it's awesome.
Not too many people can say that they made history at some point, and I'm glad that we can.
That's our nickname, Dunk City.